I was out cutting the grass when I found this crawfish mound that had been ran over. It had clearly been there for a while. I realized I already had some clay in the bucket fermenting, so come with me as we transfer it. But first, let me show you some of the clay that I put up. This is a collection of some of the other chunks of clay that I got from other parts of the yard. I even got blessed. One of the crawfishes even dug up some white clay. I could probably use this for glazes, or maybe a small teacup. Now, because I don't have a phone stand or a tripod, I had no other choice but to put one of the vines of the trees through the ring that you put your fingers through that came with my phone case. First and foremost, I did not mean for it to ferment this long. As you can see, there's some weird film that collected at the top of the water. I'm gonna scoop that out. Now we'll give it a quick mix. You're supposed to ferment your clay so that it'll be more plastic. That means it won't crack easily. Even when you bend it into a coil, it won't crack. It'll just be easier to work with. Easy to work with is not what all the ladies that I've courted have said about me. One thing I don't like about the fermentation is that you saw how it turned from a beautiful orange color to this brown? Regardless, it's gonna turn a completely unique color in the fire. So I try not to worry too much about that. I used this old shower curtain to filter out all of the impurities. Impurities would count as sticks, human fingers, rocks, and pretty much anything that isn't clay. Anger. Some sand is allowed. This is called temper. Although some say that using sand as temper could hinder the plasticity of the clay, it does very well with reducing thermal shock, as well as reducing shrinkage and cracking. If you can, it's best to find a thinner cloth or a metal mesh. I could almost deal with the clay sitting on top of the fabric, but my main problem is the fact that the fabric is unsupported and it keeps falling inside of the bucket and spilling the unfiltered clay in. Given that it used to be a shower curtain, you can imagine that didn't go too well. After 6 sextillion more attempts and 196,940 mental breakdowns, I finally decided to get rid of this godforsaken rag of a piece of cloth. The rest of the filtering was done off camera, but what you should have now is just clean mud. In the other bucket, you should have some sand. We're going to use this for temper. But first we have to rinse the silt and the leftover clay off. We dump the remaining water off, then repeat if necessary. Sometimes when I'm cooking and I'm dealing with either dough, lentils, rice, or beans, I sometimes forget that I'm not doing clay. Second repetition. Rinse, drain, dry. If you have to, you can use a stone to crush the larger rocks. Part 2, where it's actually workable, is coming soon. Bone apple teeth.